Hey everyone, I'm Mind, and this is set number 71752, Ninja Subspeeder from the LEGO Ninjago theme. This set contains 356 pieces, 4 minifigures, and will retail for $39.99 in the US. This is an all-new set that may be available now or may not be, depending on where you live. If you live outside of North America, the set came out on June 1st, but if you live inside North America like I do, this set does not come out until August 1st. But with all that being said, let's get on to the review. So here's the actual Ninja Subspeeder vehicle, and just right off the bat I want to say, when these sets were revealed, this was definitely the one I was the least excited for. Not because it looked bad, but just because I wasn't that interested in it at all. But now having it in hand, it's still probably my least favorite, but again, that doesn't make it bad. There are some things I like about it that I didn't expect to. So first, before I get up close and show you all the individual details, let me show you the transformation features of this set. So these wheels at the front can bend down just like this, and the wheels around the back can also be turned backwards. And that changes this vehicle from a car into more of a submarine, right? So you have these propellers on the bottom to keep it afloat, to have it go up and down, and then you have propellers on the back to move it forward. These propellers at the front that are facing down can also be turned to face up if you prefer. So I guess you could have them up when you want to have it descend in the water, and then when you're ready for it to go back up, you can turn them back down. And that will push the vehicle back up in the air. In its default form though, this is just a car. These wheels are rubber. I've never seen this piece for wheels before, but I doubt it's new for this set. Let me know in the comments if this has come in sets before, but I don't think it's come in any Ninjago sets before because personally I don't recognize it. The actual rubber tires are dual molded with the hard plastic, so it's one complete piece. You don't attach the tires on top of the plastic piece. But yeah, anyway, this is in its car form. You can see it just rolled against the ground. It's quite smooth. The rubber wheels allow for very easy movement. The propellers on the inside don't move with the wheels, they sort of just move on their own. When you move the wheels, they also move, but it's at a different speed, so it creates a really trippy looking effect. But I think that's fine, and that's fun, and it allows you to spin these individually if you want. And then looking up a little closer, starting from the back and going to the front, you can see there's a sticker piece right here that has some lightning, and then this little orange symbol right here. There's these gold blade pieces coming out. These are the new gold blade pieces for this wave. They come in quite a few sets. These gold pieces also just rotate ever so slightly, you can move them back and forth just a little bit. That doesn't connect to any play feature or anything, and the transformation isn't drastic, but it is just something you can do, which is a little bit strange. Yeah, I don't know, not a big deal, but I thought I'd just point it out. Some more stickers in the Ninjago language right there. If anybody wants to translate that, please let me know in the comments. You have red headlights on the sides of the car behind the wheels. I think those look pretty cool. And if I turn these wheels back and get a slightly better look at this, there's this gold pipe piece. This uses a candle from Harry Potter with some studs on top of it, and it's just sort of a pipe that connects to the wheels. And it's a little thing, but something about that I really like. The candle piece is just such a useful and diverse piece. And I like seeing it used for something like this because it looks great, and that's on all 4 wheels. You can see at the front and at the back. And they look especially cool if you look at the vehicle from the underside. You also have this engine piece in the back, which is in gunmetal gray. I've never really seen that piece in anything outside of just silver before, so it's cool to get it in that color. Again, I doubt that's new. That's probably coming City or something, but it's new for me, so I like getting that here. Coming to the cockpit, you can see this windshield piece right here. This is the windshield piece introduced with Cole's Boulder Blaster earlier this year, though this time around it's in trans blue, dual molded with gold. This comes in pretty much every one of the Seabound sets, but it's also used on this vehicle. And if we open this up, you can get a slightly better look at the interior. You can see there's this yellow plate right here to sit Jay, or I guess whoever else you want. Something really interesting is this slope piece right here is a silver lacquered part, which you guys don't know what that means. It essentially means the silver is painted on top of it, the plastic itself isn't silver. They used this in gold a lot in Monkey Kid. The Discovery Space Shuttle used silver just like this a few times, but I've never seen it really used in Ninjago before, and I think it's strange that they use it for only one piece here. I'm not complaining by any means, it does look good, but it's just such a random part, and a very specific part to throw into a set like this. I'm not really sure why it's here, but it does look good. You can see there's a little printed dial piece right there to maybe show the speed you're going or something. Steering wheel at the front. And here's how Jay looks if you actually send him in the vehicle. You have to remove his gun and his flippers, but once you do, you can just close this over him, and there's how he looks driving it. My favorite part of the build is probably this winged area to the sides. You can see that there's these 2 stickered pieces. These are both larger Technic pieces. This one has Jay's symbol. There's some writing in the Ninjago language on both of them. The number 13 right here and some more writing in the Ninjago language. But the cool thing is they have 2 of these Technic pieces connected together, and then just a system fin piece right here in bright orange underneath. And bright orange is a color that a lot of the vehicles in this wave use, but I think it's a color that fits Jay really well, and it accents the blue super nicely. So just seeing the dark blue with the little bit of orange peeking out just looks really nice. I love that. Coming up to the front, there's a little more detailing. You can see 2 more stickered pieces right here to just show a transition from the orange into the blue. At the front of the vehicle, 2 more stickers that say no step, so I guess you're not supposed to step on this part of the vehicle. No, Cole, you're not supposed to do that! Those gold blade pieces that we looked at the back are also here at the front. And here you can also see there's a little transparent dome and some yellow stud shooters. This entire section actually can also be removed. And you can see it detaches into this little drone right here. This guy's cute, not too much going on. You can see those blades that we talked about before, sort of wings now, and then the stud shooters are still here. So you can have it flying through the air and then shooting at anything that gets in the way. It just connects to the build with these 2 Technic holes right here, and you just connect this back onto this Technic axle and this Technic pin. Finally, one last thing I forgot to mention is these pieces used as detailing along the sides. You get a total of 6 of them here, 3 on each side, and these are actually Star-Lord from Marvel's blaster pieces. They're molded in silver here, which is new for this year, but it's also the color that he has in sets this year. But yeah, I just find that really fascinating, because I've never seen those used outside of Guardians of the Galaxy sets, and they do look really good. They add some nice texture to this. I know I showed it earlier to show those pipe pieces, but here's a look at the underside again. Lots of exposed studs and whatnot, but I don't mind too much, because you're not going to be seeing this like 95% of the time. The build's sturdy, and it's only $40, so I don't care so much that like the underside just isn't that interesting. And I think that's going to do it for the build of Jay's Ninja Subspeeder, so now let's move on to the minifigures. Before looking at the minifigures properly though, as I mentioned in my other Seabound reviews, my current minifigure display setup does not allow for me to display the figures on the minifigure stands. I know some of you guys have told me in the comments that these stamp pieces work for that, which I appreciate. I'll look into that for the future, but at the moment I don't have a bunch of those pieces on hand, so I'm just going to continue to review them as I have. But yeah, all 4 figures in this set have flippers. Jay and Cole have black flippers, and the 2 Hydro Whippers have teal flippers. And now let's take a look at them up a little closer. Here are the first 2 minifigures in the set. We have Scuba Jay and Scuba Cole. Both of these guys are very well done, both some of the better scuba suits. Scuba Cole's probably my 2nd or 3rd favorite of them all, and Scuba Jay is also really good. I love the abundance of dark blue used on Jay, and the yellow on him complements that blue really, really well. I kind of wish the helmet was in dark blue instead of regular blue, but I don't mind too much. And of course he has the same helmet and scuba attachment the rest of the Scuba Ninja have. Cole, on the other hand, is fantastic and incredible. I absolutely adore this figure. Not canon to the show, unfortunately. This never appeared in the show, but I don't really mind that because he is really good for what he is. The best thing about this figure is how much orange is used. Orange is a color that Cole has used as an accent occasionally, but it's usually just been little touches of orange on the minifigures. He really hasn't had like an abundance of it anywhere. But this is the most orange Cole figure yet, and it looks so good. The orange mixed with the black and then like a little bit of brown on the belt. It's just such a nice color combination that all comes together so well. Yeah, I genuinely really love this guy, and then of course he has that same scuba attachment on his back. If you guys haven't seen the scuba attachments before, this little 3D belt out here connects to this air tank at the back, and this connects up to the mask at the top, and then the actual hoods on top of that are removable. These two also both come with their own unique weapons. They're both just these like little taser guns right here with an attachment on top. Jay's has this little spike on top, while Cole's has like a little drill, and there's how those look from the other side. Here are both of these guys with their scuba gear removed, and here they are with their helmets removed as well, so you can get a better look at their face prints as well as their torso prints. And there they both are from the back, alternate faces and back torso prints. Yeah, I like both of these guys. If you want to see my more in-depth thoughts on these guys, go check out my Hydro Bounty review, because that was the first review where I reviewed like all the different ninja suits. But in short, these two are both some of my favorites. I think the scuba suits as a whole are just a very solid line, and these two are both some of the best of that line. And then finally, the next 2 figures in the set are 2 Hydro Whippers, or Maaray Guards, whatever you want to call them. Though the correct name to call them is Hydro Whippers, and if you don't call them that, I will be a little upset. And I've gone over these guys before as well, because they come in pretty much every set this wave. But they are both very, very good. They're identical to each other, so I'm only going to be taking a look at one. You can see they both have these black dragon hilts with these like tentacle weapons coming out. One of them is holding the wave amulet, which weirdly looks a little yellow and light shining through it, but if I put my hand behind it, you can see its true color. It's actually the sparkly blue color. It's the same color that's used on the Monkey Kid Flower Fruit Mountain set, and it's genuinely just a really pretty part. I like this one. But other than that, they have this teal, black, and gold color scheme. You can see they reused the Pyro Whipper heads, though they use a solid color teal instead of the transparent red that the Pyro Whippers used. You can see they use the Mr. E armor in gold. They have like gold armor printing on their torso, and they have a gold belt around their waist, and then they have gold knee pads. And removing the head, you can see the torso a little bit better. You can see just the entirety of that gold armor printing, and then turning these guys around, you can also see what it looks like from the back. You can see they have like gold armor that links around the back, and then they have like these little valves coming out. This is very similar to the design on the back of Kalmar's torso, though it is a little bit different, but I think it's still a cool bit of consistency that he and the Hydro Whippers have the same like sort of armor on. So overall, would I recommend this set? Not particularly. That's not because it's bad, it's just because there's much better options out there. I'd say this set's best if Jay or Cole is your favorite ninja and you're not planning on getting the Hydro Bounty. But if you don't really care about those 2 figures, or you have enough money to get the Hydro Bounty, I'd say this one probably isn't worth it. The price on this set is a little bit high. This isn't the worst price I've ever seen for LEGO, like it's fine. But there's Ninjago sets for the same exact price that are much better values, and the build of this set, while it's good, it's not exceptional either. It's not like this is one of those sets where it's got a build where I'm like, you guys need to experience this. Just thinking off the top of my head, the Jungle Dragon and the Boulder Blaster from earlier this year are much better sets for the same exact price. So if you don't have either of those, I'd recommend you guys get one of those before you get this set. But if for whatever reason you do want to get this set, it's not a bad one. It's just my least favorite of the wave, but that doesn't make it bad. I'd say this is probably best bought when it's on sale. It'll probably go 20% off eventually. And I think at that price, it's a pretty decent one to get. But if you're looking for Seabound sets, I'd go for one of the bigger ones, and if you're looking for a $40 set, I'd go for one from earlier this year. So yeah, I'd really only recommend you get this set if Jay or Cole is your favorite ninja and you're not planning on getting one of the bigger ones, or if you really love the Seabound wave and want to collect all the sets, like, of course, you should get this one still. It's still good enough that, like, it's not, like, a bad thing to have in your collection. It's just not the most exciting set on its own. I like the colors of it, the play feature's fun, it just doesn't have enough going on for me, in my opinion. But those are just my thoughts. I'm curious to hear what you guys think in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please press like and subscribe if you're new. I do LEGO and Ninjago videos like this every single day, so if you subscribe, you'll be the first to see them. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.